Yeah, baby, did you see it?
My goodness. Well, maybe a little solder job can fix that. But I mean, it's peeing like a dickens. Look at that, y'all.
This would have been a good thing to get done yesterday. I don't know what it is. Because I know it's only positive going through there. Let's go for a ride. Well, hey y'all, welcome to RevStoration. Yep, welcome back to our channel. My name is David. I go by Rev here on YouTube. And yep, y'all know what I like to do in the fun time when I have time. Yep, I mostly like to work on old Fords. I get them at about, about ready for the crusher, and I try to bring them back to life, at least get them back on the road. If not, bring back a restoration video. Have we done any of those? Well, maybe Pudding's back on the road. Interior looks good. The outside looks like I want it. But y'all, in this video today, I'm gonna hope to get this 1972 Ford Pinto Runabout at least running. Get it stopping, we pray. Get it running with the ignition on the inside, we pray. Got a lot of things we want to do to it. Y'all think it can happen? I'll see you after the intro.
Way down a dirt road, there sits an old Ford. It ain't running years, but it ain't gonna take too long. Wrestle through the bushes, turn your wrenches, sand on the point, sir. It ain't gonna take too long. Rev and the old man, Nicky, 'cause she sure can. Gonna get it going. It ain't gonna take too long. Wrestle through the bushes, turn your wrenches, sand on the point, sir. It ain't gonna take too long.
All right, y'all, here she is. This is my 1972 Ford Pinto Runabout. And yep, she had a little bit of an accident. The front here, we have a broken grill, have a little dent here and here on the hood, but we do have this yellow fender, so she's gonna need a paint job. Maybe that's a future episode. If y'all see, yesterday I actually I took the wheels off, sanded them down as much as I could, painted them black, and got another set of tires on those. Got two more there. I got to get a whole nother set so I can have two spares for the other Pinto. If y'all have not seen this, I'll show you, share with you right. Let's see, it should be right up here. I'll share with you the video where we got these cars and got them both cranked up and started. Then this one boogered up on us. I'll actually show you the clip of having this car running already. Whew, I heard it. It was just popping. Da, 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 da. So will she crank? I hope she'll crank.
Hold on, don't shot me now.
I'm not, nowhere near. All right, good to go there?
Good. Should I pour a little more gas?
Uh-oh! Bam!
I think we flooded it too much.
Here we go. Got a little rattle. I think I got two runners. Yep, see, she ran and then she wouldn't. So we're gonna try to figure out why she won't start anymore. But we've got a wash video on this where we actually took this old car and cleaned her up on the outside, put a little polish on her. And yep, it's a little dingy outside today, but woo, she's looking good. But here she is. This is the Pinto, of course, got a few dings here or there. I do not have keys. Did not get keys when I purchased this. I don't have keys to it, so I can't get the hatchback open. Both doors are open now. Y'all saw in that first video, we had to use a Slim Jim and get the door open. We worked a little bit. I mean, the interior leaves a bunch to be desired. Took the horn off. I've got most of the ignition switch out. I do have an ignition switch we got to get put in it. We hope to make that work. But that's the interior. Y'all look at here. I did unwrap this. Y'all see what this is? Yep, that's a brand new Pinto bumper. Came with the car. It needs a lot of brand new. All right, y'all, I want to open up the hood. Of course, as we open up the hood, there's a few issues that we have. Of course, I've already got a battery in here. We put a new solenoid on it. The solenoid did not work. I believe it was a bad solenoid out of the box. So it's not working as it should, or at least I don't think it is. It cranked, and then we left it for a while. And I believe what happened is, I'm almost 100% positive that what we did is we left our coil hooked up hot too long. And I think I burnt the coil up. I truly believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook the battery up, and I'm gonna see if we can get it started with this coil. Maybe it cooled down, maybe it went to work. I'm probably gonna go get a hat as well, because these mosquitoes up here are eating me to high heaven. But let's try that first. And because the solenoid does not work, I'm having to jump it off from the battery to the front to the starter. So I've got jumper cables for that. So let's see if we can get it to crank. Get the battery up. Hot wire. All right, hooking our hot wire up to our coil, and it is hot, it's sparking. Probably didn't see that. Hot wire there. Right here. I mean, there is no fire there whatsoever. She is not. I don't think she's firing at all, y'all. Doesn't sound like it. All right, well, now we want to make sure we are getting fire. So this tester here, of course, it's going to say, it's not going to tell you if the spark plug is good, but it will tell you if it's actually getting fire to the spark plug. So when we turn it over, if it's getting fire, the light inside of this tester should blink. Took me more than a one hand to do that. So of course, getting my hot wire, if we look here real close, I mean, she's hot. So now we get our starter wire and we jump it, and when we jump it off there, we're gonna look and see if it is blinking light at all. As I guessed, there is no fire whatsoever going to this coil. So thank goodness I already have a new coil. I don't like the color, I don't like those blue streaks, but I bought a new one at O'Reilly's. Let's see if it'll fix it. Here she is, old blue streak. So I'm gonna get this distributor hooked up. When we get it hooked up, then I will be able to see if she's putting out fire. If she's putting out fire, I'll drop some gasoline down the carburetor. Hopefully she'll crank. All right, just for testing purposes, I have the coil just sitting there. Of course, it's hooked up coil wire to the distributor. Of course, from the distributor, it goes to the negative post on the coil. And then from my battery, which would be switched normally here, I've just got a hot wire running directly to the battery. We're gonna bypass the starter, or we're gonna bypass the solenoid here by clicking this, and hopefully we'll hear, or we'll see, the engine fire here. Y'all see that? I mean, she's sparking. Woo! Y'all look at there, watch this light. I mean, she's running like she's supposed to. So guess what? Yep, I'm gonna drop. Oh, Eugene bottle is gonna go to good use here. So I'm gonna drop some fuel here in the Eugene bottle into the carburetor. Hopefully we'll get her to crank. All right, y'all, I know this is not a good hose, but this hose here is gonna work perfect to fill up the carburetor. Of course, I'm just squirting the fuel down in there and it's draining. Eugene sent me a new bottle. I probably should be using it. But hopefully now we're filling up the bowl on the carburetor. So when we hit this, she should fire. She gonna fire, y'all? Let's see. Fire in the hole. Good running engine, y'all. Ah! Gotta see it and she cuts off. No, she's not idling well, but I think I can play around with the carburetor a little bit and make it idle well. I think one of the things that I want to do is see if we have a fuel pump, see if the fuel pump is working. I went to buy a master cylinder and a fuel pump this morning. The master cylinder for this was $110 on special order, and the fuel pump was $69 on special order, and so I couldn't get either one. So my prayer is that both are going to work. All right, y'all, it's earlier in the week that I'm normally working on rigs. It's actually Wednesday morning. I normally have a meeting on Wednesday morning. Today I didn't. The calendar shows, the forecast shows it's supposed to be raining the next couple of days. And it looks like the clouds have actually made their way to the ground this morning. It's misting rain now, you barely can see it. So it'd be really good if I could get this car running enough to get it inside of my garage so that I could sort of work on the car in there if it's raining or not. So maybe today that's the goal. Get it running, rolling. Stopping would be great, but at least running enough that I could get it into the garage so we wouldn't have to worry about the sky falling. All right, as it is still raining, and as the old man said in the last video, his going to town shirts are thin and don't get soaked. I'm in a t-shirt and the front's not soaked because I've been bent over, but the back, oh man, working on the engine, the old bonnet's helping, the old hood's helping me. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the fuel line coming from the tank, and I'm gonna hook up some new fuel line to it and see if my fuel pump is pumping. If it is pumping, then I'll know it's either an issue in the tank is empty, a line's got a hole in it, but I can run an auxiliary tank, which we always do, and hopefully get it to the garage. Oh, I got this hose, should be connected to that hose. Tell me if y'all hear anything. All right, y'all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some fuel down this hose, and hopefully it's going to prime the pump, and then when the pump is primed, when I turn it over, I'm hoping that it's going to dump it out of the fuel pump. That is that's my hope. She'll dump fuel, it'll dump it right out of this, and I want it to go down there. So I'm going to turn it over and hopefully she's going to dump fuel. Yeah, baby, did you see it? It dumped fuel. The fuel pump works. Save 50 bucks. Booyah! Right, y'all, I'm getting confident that this is going to work. So I went on and cleaned the garage out. I've got what I need, hopefully, to get fuel to the carburetor. I've got enough brakes, hopefully, that I can drive it around the yard. and get it into a dry spot because it's just been continually raining. So of course here, if you see, I cleaned enough spot for the old Pinto here. So of course there's the inside of the garage, all my carburetor workbench back there, all my tools and everything here. Got two sandblasters, one with baking soda and one with media glass. Of course, all my woodworking tools, all my fishing tools and fish fryers. So here's RevStoration's garage. Don't use it as I should, but the kicker is, let's go see if I can get my auxiliary gas tank to work with my Sunkiss bottle, and we're gonna see if we can make her go boogity all the way in here. Whew, it's raining, y'all. All right, if you see, there it is. I've got the tank tied up. I mean, it's really nowhere near the fan. It ain't going nowhere, y'all. You can see I already have a little bit of fuel in just from the tank being primed. So what I'm gonna do now, before I hit the hot, I'm going to hit the switch, a makeshift switch, and see if it is pumping. And now if it pumps, then I know I can turn my hot wire on and crank her up. Why ain't she cranking? Oh, well, I didn't want nobody to steal the car, so I took the line off. See it there, y'all? She is pumping. So let's hook our coil up. I don't see any leaks. Hook our coil up and hopefully she'll crank. Is there any fuel coming? She'll quit smoking. Y'all think she'll make it around? I'm gonna try to drive her around the house. Gotta go in the front and come in the garage. Have no brakes except handbrakes, but she's smoking, but maybe a little tune-up will help. Maybe it's dying down some. I mean, she might be the skeeter killer, but oh, let's see what we can do. Whew. See if I can roll the window down. Oh yeah. Come on, window. All right, the window's down just in case I got a bail. All right, handbrake off. Go in reverse a little bit. No clutch is right, y'all. I'm telling you. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, here she goes. Look at her. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. There she is. First gear is about all I want to give her. She's smoking a little bit back there, ain't she, y'all? Shocks ain't no better on the runabout either. Sure enough, I ain't got no brakes. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I'm riding in my Pinto, y'all. Oh, tire or something. Or did one of my brakes catch? May have been it. Hopefully that was it. Y'all reckon she'll catch a tire? Oh! No, she ain't catching no tires. I just don't want her to. Come on, baby, come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me open this door. Ooh-wee. She's revved up too high. Watch y'all, she's in. She is still smoking the high heaven. Spit no more water out, so I'm gonna cut her off. I'm gonna slide this steering wheel off. I think I've got to get the steering wheel off to get to push a button so I can get this lock cylinder out. I've got it where the steering wheel is not locked, but I want to get it all the way out. Then we can make sure the ignition part is right. So first thing I've got to do, take this off. So I'm gonna zip it off. I'm gonna get my steering wheel puller, pull it off, and when we get to that point, I'll show you what I need to do in there. Then brake, whatever I got to do to get it out. Y'all listen to me. Now, I know I'm a man, and I mean, I struggle with this sometimes. But if you just read the instructions, I think we could get this figured out. It had to not be in the auxiliary position, but the run position. You depress that pin, she slides right out. That's exactly what happened. She slid right out. How about that? All right, y'all, in my cleaning up today, I've lost some pliers. Where are they at, Nick T?
So is that really called cleaning up if you can't find what you're looking for?
I found my issue of why I'm not getting power inside of the car. If you look at the end of that, look at it. I mean, it is corroded and broken too. So I'm looking for my pair of strippers, crimpers that are nicer than this. They're blue handled,
So
nice ones.
These will work?
No, not really, because I got a much bigger wire that I got to strip. But Nikki T, my beautiful bride, has been
Trying to help him find
she's been trying to help me. We've been looking outside and inside. It's in here somewhere, around here somewhere.
If it's inside, as in inside.
It could be in the house somewhere. If it's in the house,
I'll be mad.
I bet if it was in the kitchen, she'd have. Oh! All right, y'all. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get this going and get it cranked tonight. All it is putting 3 wires back together. I might wing nut it until I find what I need. And we wing nutting kind of people tonight. So I'm gonna wing it together and see if it'll work. And if it works, then we'll do it right tomorrow. Look at that. I mean, Nikki T, we jerry-rigged the dickens out of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it still didn't work. We burnt this wire here. This wire was burnt. I mean, when I say burnt, it was burnt good. I didn't burn it. It was burnt up before. So I got to trace the wiring harness all the way around. Still not getting power to the switch on the inside. Still not getting any power in there at all. So obviously I've got to trace the power where it is. So this little jerry-rigging deal is getting power here. It's getting power everywhere where I think it should be. But it's not getting any further back that way. So more work.
Yep.
But she run good, didn't she?
She did. She cranked good.
Yeah.
Once we got all that bypassed, it was alright.
Yep. That's my key right now. Even after getting that $30 dig,
You
I ain't
got
got
your
a.
first passengers too.
Who is it? Ants?
Ants.
Them ants been there a long time, Nick T. Them McDonough ants. Them ants came all the way from McDonough. All right, y'all. We going to bed. It's after church. We had prayer meeting tonight. Went and ate Chick-fil-A, God's Chicken.
5:45 comes early.
5:45 comes early for both of us. So tomorrow, day 2, we're gonna get her working. So here I am, day 2 in the garage, and of course it's supposed to be pouring down rain, so I worked really hard in the rain to get the car in the garage, and guess what? Yep, it'd be a whole lot cooler out there with some wind moving. But what I did this morning, of course, me and Nikki T were looking for my strippers, crimpers. Can't find them. They're probably at the old man's place somewhere. Old man, if you find them, you can have them, because I'm probably gonna have to buy another pair today. So I've been chasing fire. Of course, I went through this contraption here. Not the best, but I'm getting fire from my battery. Of course, the wire was corroded. You saw in the video yesterday. So the wire was corroded, so I replaced it. Gonna have to redo all of that. Came over here, checked the yellow, which is power going into the engine. Of course, poked a small hole in it with my test light, and boom, had fire. So fire has made it all the way from there, coming through the wiring harness to here. So then I come inside of the rig, chasing fire. As always, a good thing to do. So I chase fire. I poked the yellow wire here, and the large, hard to see, get my phone light out of the way, the yellow wire there that you can see in the back had fire there. So I said, well, I'm not getting any, nothing's happening when I maneuver the switch. The switch was having trouble when you turn it. It was having trouble coming back. So of course I dropped the steering column. And when I drop the steering column, this is what I see. I think I need a new ignition switch. You guessed it, Melvin's Classic Ford for the sort of win. I've got to do some splicing, some dicing to make this switch work, but I believe it will. The problem with being a Pinto owner is you cannot find parts for the Pinto on the shelf. So of course Melvin's had a switch that is very much similar, but of course the pigtail is a whole lot shorter than the original, and the color coding is completely different than the original. But friends, listen, it don't matter. All right, this pigtail is going to go to this switch, but I want to turn it around and share something with y'all. If you have watched our channel much, you found out that what we do is we make things work. Now, I could have waited. I could have waited on eBay. I believe I saw on eBay where I could get the switch. Paid more money for it. I think I paid $41 for this ignition switch. It's actually a 73 switch. I could have waited for eBay to get here in a week or so. Of course, I'm trying to make this video. I want to make it crank and run all by itself. I want to get the brakes done. Don't know if that'll happen. Got a few things that I want to do. So I'm at a little bit of a time crunch, but ultimately it's not really that big of a deal. But I still wanted to make it work because I don't know how y'all are. I don't like to leave things half done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together. It's going to be as good as, I pray, it'll be as good as a new one. I'm going to pay less for it. It's going to cost me a little bit more labor, but it's not hard. It's not difficult. So I want to challenge y'all, especially when you're working on these old rigs. Sometimes you can make things work with what you have, and it's really not, I mean, it may be harder, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not that difficult. So don't quit. Don't give up when they say, hey, we don't have that exact part. Sometimes you have to look around, especially with switches and things like that, and make what you have, make what they have, put the two together, make it work. Friends, all in all, it's not the prettiest wiring harness, but it's not going on the prettiest car. So we've got all of that connected, and it is correct. All right, y'all, so we're back at this point. I've got the ignition switch sort of in. And if we look here, it is working. Of course, it's going down. That should start. That should be the run position. So we've got it in the run position. Now let's run up here and check and see what's hot. Of course, I'll turn down here. If that is working, then this should be hot. Woo! Look at here, y'all. I don't know if you saw it. Man, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. All right, see, it's hot, so that's working. Obviously that's hot, so one of these should be hot coming from the switch. Must be this one here. Hot, yep, oh, y'all saw it. Here I am, I'm back at Shrek. Y'all, I've got a quandary. I have now purchased 3 solenoids, and not a one of them have worked. Now the switch, putting power everywhere it's supposed to, the solenoid don't seem to want to kick in. Now, is it 3 bad solenoids? Could be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test, now that I know this cranks and is running, I'm gonna test the solenoid on this with my test light, make sure I'm getting fire everywhere that I think I'm supposed to. Make sure I've got everything plugged up the same exact way on this car. I'm gonna take this solenoid, I'm gonna put it on the one in the shop. If it works, then I got 3 bad solenoids. If it don't, then maybe I got something else going on that don't make any sense to me. If all the power is coming in, solenoid's pretty simple. It should work. But it's been frustrating as all dickens. I went to 3 stores today. I'm gonna take everything off of this one, and if it tears it up, I'm gonna be disappointed. And I'm gonna plug the other one up exactly like this one is. And it should work. I don't know what it is. Because I know it's only positive going through there. So for the solenoid to kick in, does it need a good ground? I'm gonna try that. Well, a lot of times you're just chasing your tail, y'all. Look at that. Y'all know what it was? I want to apologize to O'Reilly's twice. I was just about to start bad mouthing Napa too. But it was all my mechanicking skills. Y'all ever done that? I'm gonna let you in on something. When you installing a solenoid on an old rustic car, now I remembered on this one, it did not have a solenoid on it when we purchased it. If y'all remember, we opened the hood, there was no solenoid. So we went and bought a solenoid, O'Reilly's, put it on, couldn't get nothing to work, couldn't get it to jump, couldn't get it to do nothing. I'm disappointed, couldn't get it to work. The reason why, well, it don't matter, but it didn't work. So then I came back, went to O'Reilly's here in my town, got another one. It didn't work. So I was disappointed, and I said, well, I'm gonna put an old one on. Well, I put an old one on, and while I was under there kind of moving it around, it started going off. And I thought, well, what in the heavens is causing that? Didn't understand it. All it was the whole time, let me show you. Oh, I'm wore out chasing the doggone ground on the solenoid. All right, y'all, this morning I want to sort of button up a few things. Had another issue with the ignition, the tumbler. I think I was struggling finding where to knock the pin in, and I think I may have scarred up the inside of the tumbler. Y'all, I don't know what it is or why it is, but boy, this car has got an infestation of little sugar ants. And you know, sugar ants, Argentine ant, I think is what they are. If you want to know that's what you got, you squeeze it in your fingers, and if you smell your fingers and it smells sort of like coconut, you know you got Argentine ant. If you put it between your fingers and you go to do that and it stings like a dickens, you got a fire ant. because he done bit your butt for trying to do that. She put out a little smoke. Everybody, I'm getting ready to kind of do a little washing on this, power wash it. I'll probably scrub a few little spots to get as much of the dirt off as I can. This runabout surely needs it, but I'm using purple power and it's concentrated. So y'all know what that means, right? It means you got to concentrate when you put it on, because I mean it's maximum strength to the nth degree. Look at that. It's bringing back years. Look how pretty that is. All right, y'all, for one spray, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, she cleaned up fairly well. Look at that, y'all. All right, Nikki T, I know you're probably watching this, baby. You may not fall in love with this little Pinto Runabout, but I hate to break it to you. I think your husband may be. I mean, it looks like a good-looking grocery getter. Maybe when I need to go, you know, get some oil or some solenoids that I'm messing up because I didn't know they had to be grounded. But I mean, whoo, y'all look at it now. Good Lord Almighty, what a difference. I mean, yeah, I know that fender's yellow. I can see it. But I mean, it wow, sort of match. Look at them caps on that thing. Whoa. Somebody said I'm showboating. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Y'all, I still got to clean the inside out, but goodness, look at her go. I had to go pick up the young'uns from early release, so I was hoping to get to play around outside some more. The sky's falling, so we're gonna crank up. We're gonna call this car Grabber. I like the Grabber blue paint, so Grabber will be its name. I got another tumbler for the ignition here. You have to remember, of course, the last time I put it in, I did not read the instructions, got myself in trouble. You turn the cylinder here to the run position, or to the, run position, and then you push this pin in, and then this rascal just slides right in, and then you turn it back and the key's locked in. I mean, it's just that simple. My old crazy self always forgets about this button on them 74s. You got to push that to be able to turn the key back. But here, look here. Woo, still don't have let's that thing run. I mean, to tell y'all now, there ain't much a good roll of duct tape won't fix. I mean, that's Walmart rebuilt there. Even got some shine to it. All right, y'all. I got the whole Wheeler crew. Reagan was doing her hair, so y'all are, she didn't do her hair for the video. She was doing her hair for something else, and it looks good, baby girl. So, JC, do you know what you call a corpse that is not funny? You call him dead serious.
No.
Dead serious. That wasn't a good one.
No.
Reagan, that wasn't a good one.
No.
Oh man, I thought it was good. All right, y'all, turn around. Y'all want to see? What do you think? I mean, I had to. It's raining out here, so it's wet. Open the door, Nikki T. You didn't know I did upholstery.
One step upholstery.
Yeah, one step upholstery. She's a little dirty because it's dusty with a vacuum cleaner in there. Back seats don't look half bad. Of course, yep, I got the duct tape headliner. That probably ain't gonna hold for just a minute. I vacuumed the floors as much as I could.
She needs new carpet.
She needs a lot of new on the inside. Reagan, what you think, baby? You'd drive her to school, wouldn't you? You wouldn't drive it to school? Probably couldn't. But yep, there's the engine bay. Not too bad. I'm still using my Orange Crush fuel tank. It'll work until it stops working. But there she is, y'all. I think all in all, from what she was to what she is, I think it's looking really good. Got any dad jokes, Nikki T? Nikki T's
Why didn't the crab have any friends?
Why didn't the crab have any friends?
Because he was shellfish.
He was shellfish.
Reagan thought it was funny.
Reagan, was that one funny? You didn't think mine was any funnier, and then you laughed at your mama's. All right, y'all. Well, I wanted to get the brakes done, but guess what? No master cylinder can be bought by O'Reilly's. I mean, everything's on back order. Wheel cylinders, I can't get rear wheel cylinders. So I'm gonna have to go through the brakes and kind of spend some time trying to rebuild all of those. But for this part of the RevStoration crew, old man wasn't in this video. He'll be in the next one, because I think old JC's getting his driver's license before long, and we got something in the works that we want to work with old JC. Quit dribbling that ball, boy. All right, y'all. Well, we love y'all. We thank you so very much for watching. And as always, we know no way of closing out any of these episodes than saying deuces. May God bless. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.